Hope you're doing good. Micah back with another video. Back here to talk about a super quick comparison between the Galaxy S25 and the Galaxy A53. This is when the mid-range feels like a budget device because it makes no sense why this phone feels, well, I guess it does, right? This is a 3-year-old device and it's a mid-range. This is clearly current day, and the Snapdragon Elite chip is just out of this world different, just in comparison to any chip on the market, in comparison to the Snapdragon, what was it, 600, or no, the Exynos 2280 or something like that that's in here. So definitely going to be worlds apart of a difference. But I mean, just from head to toe using, ooh, and I don't really operate with my left hand all that often, but you see that, just swiping down and the response is crazy, right? I think I have it turned off, so yeah. But like, okay, so here's another quick. I know we kind of just jumped straight into it, but if I show you guys here, and I come in here and I hit my apps, look how long it's going to take to try to check for updates. It is dragging its tail trying to look for, and it found one. Let's see. Now, let's see what happens if I do it here. You see how fast that was? Unnecessarily fast. And of course, I can go ahead and hit update, and let's see what app it linked to Windows. Link to Windows. That literally just came in too. That's kind of crazy. But you see how slow the A53 was just trying to pull and search for updates within the Play Store? Let's check here. Done. All right. Let's check here. Okay, we got a couple updates here, but you see, I mean, the app, I guess, the app closed, and that's due to the RAM, right? The RAM also completely different. This has twice the amount of RAM this does, so that may play a role as well. And believe it or not, Good Guardian's Memory Guardian module, where you can actually tweak your RAM usage, actually works better. There we go. You see, that took long too. So if I show you guys real quick. Goodness gracious, you see how this phone is tripping on me right now? If we come in here, look at this, just dragging. So we come here to Good Guardians, right? And we go to Memory Guardian. So this phone only has one other option outside of standard, which is quick switching, but it actually doesn't work as well as I thought it was going to. And I actually had to switch back to standard. Memory Guardian here for quick switching and all that type of stuff. The quick switching does not work that well with the A53. I don't know if it's poor, like a poor RAM module itself that Samsung installed in the A53, but quick switching actually does not work as well as standard, whereas it does on here. So if I actually come into Samsung and I open up Good Guardians, and I come into Memory Guardian, here you're gonna notice 12 gigs, right? I am barely using any of it, and then total use, which is also crazy. But couldn't get memory information. Try again later. That's okay. Don't scare me there. You see, we get 3 modes here: default, quick switch, and speed up top app. Meaning that if I did top app, as you see, quick switch, keep more apps in the background. Speed up is clean up memory to secure empty space on a regular basis. When running an app that uses a lot of memory, it will help to prevent slowdown due to memory loads. Now, arguably, that should be one that should be the option on the A53 or the mid-range devices, as opposed to quick switching, because there's not enough RAM to really even kind of quick switch between. And so that's one of the issues I have really been finding with the A53, especially now rocking the S25 in all its glory. And this black is not doing that great of a job keeping smear fingerprints off. Let me go ahead and see if I can. So if I do that, it looks a little better, right? And look, let's not get it wrong. The A53 has a great design. I like the typical design that Samsung has created for their S25s. I wouldn't be surprised if S26 maybe tries to look like something like this again or something different, because I think we're probably coming up on that time now after about arguably 4 or 5 years that there's going to probably finally be a design tweak for the back and the camera modules for Samsung, and most likely for phones in general, because I think it's even rumored that Apple's changing their phone design language. But the processor started to show its age. the RAM specifically started to show its age, and not having a lot of storage in either case, it hasn't been affecting my S25 usage as it has been on my Galaxy A53. And although I love the setup I have going on here, overall it had just become a nuisance. Android Auto was a pain to use with this because that's also wearing the system down. Like, this phone just cannot handle loads like that. Up until the last like 2 days, where I really do think this phone may have the security patch. So let me check that real quick on the A53. The Android Auto is actually working more or less flawlessly, but it's just a matter of the fact that it's it's Android Auto, it's running maps, it's playing music. So there's some choppiness that would happen from time to time, or if you're trying to kind of switch apps while all that's going on, like, it affects the music being played. So this phone ran its due course for me personally, because really throughout these last few months, you see just how slow that was throughout these months. So this is on June. Let's see if yep, okay, so it's got to update. It's probably going to be July. So the interesting thing about this is it was an experiment for myself as well, right? And unfortunately, I don't have a mat right now. This is like actual, like, hard. This was an experiment for myself to see, could I really rock a mid-range? And as a 3 years old, no. Now, potentially, could I rock the A56? I would like to try, but I definitely know I'm just enough of a power user where a flagship is what I need, and that's because it fulfills everything without a blip. And that's what I need within my usage, especially running YouTube, editing, photo editing, taking a bunch of photos and videos. Once I start breaking out the camera of said device that I'm using, I need it to be able to run and not hold me back, and that's the A53 is holding me back in that regard in many different ways. Cameras are decent, right? These cameras are gonna be far more superior than those, but these are still good. So I'm not even trying to hate on the A53 like that. It's just being back in flagship territory and experiencing some of the other goodies that you miss out on because of the lack of RAM, the lack of processing power, the lack of an NPU, right? Now that I have here, and I'm back in the world of Galaxy AI, which I'm going to have fun with again. I can't do that with the A53, so I also miss out from that perspective with the Galaxy A53. And then you're not even at least compensating with that with a smooth, fluid experience for me personally. It doesn't mean that you're not having a solid experience with A53, but now running over the course of time, and now jumping back in flagship territory and how I use my device, I needed more power, I needed more juice. And since it's a 3-year-old device and I got this device off of a friend, the battery, it was something I also couldn't control in terms of charging habits, in terms of how often it was being drained, how often it was being worn down or not charged to a specific extent. So there's a lot of variables I couldn't control, which is why the battery more or less wears out on this pretty fast, especially as of now. Whereas here, I'm still rocking 61%, and I'm shooting this video right after the last video you saw. So I only lost 3% in between the last, 20 minutes? And yeah, 25 minutes, and it's still chugging just fine. I may not even have to put this on the charger until like midday tomorrow. I'm gonna probably try. I'm gonna see if I can get this phone to last that long. But again, the Galaxy S25 is just worlds apart, superior in every single way, which we expect. But I just didn't really realize how much different it was gonna be. And so let me go and put my information in here on the Galaxy A53 here, so that way it loads up. So let me know down in the comment section below, are you guys rocking a mid-range? Are you on flagship territory? Have you guys noticed any slowdowns or speed ups with your device? The comment section is open for discussion. Again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure to ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, the notification bell, it's all free. That way you know my videos, so you and I can sit back, check, see what's cracking. And don't forget to hit that super thanks button down there by the like and dislike button, Cash App and PayPal, and check the channel for all the videos available to you. That's way to keep tech fresh and alive on this channel. Jermaine Micah signing out. Until the next video. Wait for it.